One negative post can absolutely damage your brand reputation, especially if it shows up when people search your company name. And the reason this matters so much is simple. Most buyers do not make decisions based on only your website, your ads, or what you say about yourself. They research, they type in your company name, they look for reviews, they look for Reddit threads, they look for discussions, and if the wrong post shows up at the wrong time, it can create doubt fast. Sometimes all it takes is one post. A post is saying something like that. Is Go Tracks legit? And on the first page of Google, you'll see 3 Reddit posts, and a lot of them just negative posts. And here's another example. Is Mercury scam? Also 3 Reddit posts that is currently right now showing up. The reason why it's not the best situation, I will just explain right now. And now, instead of trust, the prospect feels hesitation. Instead of momentum, you get friction. Instead of a closed deal, you get silence. That's why issue is way bigger than just one negative post. It's not really a content problem, it's a trust problem. And for B2B companies like you, the trust problem gets expensive very quickly. Because in B2B, buyers are already careful. There are usually multiple stakeholders, there is often budget approval involved, and the more expensive your service or your product is, the more research people do before they move forward. So when a negative Reddit result shows up during that research phase, it quietly kills deals before you even know it happened. I have seen this happen over and over. So here are 2 cases. Case 1. The issue was urgent because negative Reddit posts were ranking for the brand name right when the company needed a cleaner reputation for B2B push. Or another case, the brand had the same post that I was showing to you, is this a scam type of result showing up, and that alone created urgency because they already knew prospects were going to see. That is the part most founders and marketing teams miss. They think it's only one post. Maybe no one will see it. Maybe it will go away. Maybe it's not a big deal. But if it ranks, it matters. Because buyers are not reading it in a vacuum. They are reading it while deciding whatever to trust you. And once doubt enters the process, your close rate drops. So how do you fix that? The first step is to stop thinking only in terms of removal. A lot of people immediately ask, can we take it down? Can we remove it? Can we get it deleted? Sometimes removal is possible. In certain cases, content can be taken down through platform policies, legal routes, or direct outreach. But it shouldn't be only your strategy. Even when removal is possible, relying on it alone leaves your brand unprotected. You need a more complete approach. Because the faster and more reliable play usually is, you build more trust signals around your brand than the negative results has. So let me just give you a step-by-step guideline. You need to create and rank the right type of Reddit presence. It means we need to put positive and neutral validating content in the research phase. We need to give real discussions, real mentions, real context, real proof, and real validation. And we don't need to hope that problem will disappear, because it won't. We need to control what is currently showing up for your brand. And this matters even more now, because your prospects do not search on Google. They search everywhere. They look on Reddit, they look in AI tools like ChatGPT, they look in search results. They look for third-party validation. So if your public reputation is weak, incomplete, or negative, you're losing trust in multiple places at once. So here is how we do it. We need to understand what is currently showing up, especially questions like brand name reviews, brand name Reddit, is brand name legit, brand name scam, or brand name alternatives, because this is basically where I understand the problem. The second one, we need to do not everything in once, but one by one. So for example, in this case, we need to understand what is hurting your brand the most. And then, of course, understand the sentiment. If it is the most negative and sentiment, then we focus on that one. After that, we need to do this part because most people just skip that and it's a mistake. You need to create new assets, new discussions, new search results, new proof, because reputation is not about only removing bad content, it's also about making sure better content exists. If the internet has one negative thing to say about you and nothing else, that negative thing becomes the story. But if the internet has multiple posts, trust signals around your brand, that negative post loses power. Of course, every single time, especially for B2B, you need to be transparent. The reason buyers move forward is not just because they want the result, it's because they trust the way the results will be achieved. That means clear communication, clear approvals, clear visibility, and clear reporting. When clients see the process, they relax. When they understand what is being created, where is it going, and how success is measured, trust increases. And of course, the last one, we need to move quickly. If you have a negative post that is ranking today, it is shaping you today. Not next quarter, not eventually, right now. And if a competitor already has a stronger Reddit presence than you, the urgency becomes even bigger because then your buyers are not just comparing services, they are comparing trust footprints. A lot of companies wait too long to fix reputation because they think the problem is small. But the time they act, prospects have already seen the post, stakeholders already seen the post, sales conversions have already been influenced by the post. So yes, one negative post can hurt your brand a lot more than most people think, especially if it ranks, it targets your brand name, it creates scam-like framing, it appears during an active buying cycle. The good news is that it's fixable, but you need to treat it like a revenue problem, not just a PR problem, because that is what it is. It's a trust issue that affects conversion. And once you understand that, the solution becomes much cleaner. Because your buyers are going to research you anyway, the only question is what they are going to see. Visit our website below, book a call, and let's fix your reputation fast.